Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. On today's video we are going to have a bit of a fun because we are going to do our full face of makeup using just one makeup brand. And today we are going to use only makeup from the brand Rimmel London. I really love this brand. I started to love it. It started to grow on me. And I remember even when I was not so into the makeup, I was still using their quads, or they had some 3-pan eyeshadow palettes, which they were really good. And I have a look on my collection and I've realized that I have quite a lot of products that I'm able to do a full face of makeup using them. So I only have one product which is not from Rimmel London, and when we will get to that point I will let you know what I don't have from them and why. But other than that, all the products that are around me are from Rimmel London. And before we are starting, I would like to remind you to subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. And now let's get started. My remote is kind of weird device. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. But anyway, I'm planning to get a new camera. I'm just waiting for the sales for the Black Friday. By the way, I'm filming this video on November 20, so this is before Black Friday, but I don't know exactly when it will come up, so maybe at the time the video will be up, I will be already with my new camera. And look who's back on my channel, my beloved trust tape. I was lying, I have 2 products missing from Rimmel London. Actually, I even don't think that they have an eyeshadow primer, at least I don't find it here on my local drugstore. But what I have from them, and they can be used as base, are those 2 Magnif'Eyes shadow sticks. So I have this one in more rosy shade, and they are double-ended, so you have in one end you have a Kohl liner, and on one end you have your stick shadow. So this is in a rosy shade. The written, it's almost gone. Oh, the name of the shade is here on the actual cap. So this is Pink Outside the Box, and this is a nice taupe shade. Okay, this is in the shade On Top of the World. Great. Okay, I don't want to do a very dark overlook, so I think I'm gonna use the Pink Outside the Box. So those shadows, those cream shadows, they are long lasting, and actually you can use them without using an eyeshadow primer, or you can use them as a base for actual shadows. So this is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm gonna pop the shadows on the top because they are quite true to the color. For eyeshadow palette, I have those 2. So first is this Electric Violet Edition palette, which I have done a tutorial using it, and the Magnif'Eyes Spice Edition. This was in my favorite palettes for 2018, and this is amazing quality. Both are amazing, but I love this even a bit more. I will probably use shadows from both palettes, but first what I'm gonna do is I will take this down. I will take this second shade, which is a matte shade, it's close to my skin tone, and I'm going to set and to turn down a bit the shimmery base that I have it on my lids. Let me move a bit a camera because as I'm looking down on the mirror, I've noticed that sometimes the face is going out of the frame. Okay, that's not bad. And guys, this is not a coincidence. I'm using the Sigma E25 brush, which I've used last year when I've done a one brush shadow tutorial, and I remember that I've used this eyeshadow palette and this one single brush. Of course, we are not going to do this on this video, but I thought it would be fun to bring back this brush while I'm using shadows from this Spice Edition palette. Next, I'm gonna take this fourth shadow, because they don't have actual name, and I'm gonna run it as my transition. It's a bit warm and a bit pigmented, but I might tone it down. Actually, I will define my crease with this shadow. It's more appropriate for that. And now I'm gonna take the Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease from the Screen Queen collection, and I will take the skin tone shade, the one that I used to set the base, and I will blend the crease shade just to diffuse it and make it a bit more faded. I am gonna take the same Sigma E25 brush, and I'm gonna dip it on this matte, and with this shade I'm going to accentuate my outer V. One thing I don't like about this brush, the only thing I don't like from this brush, because I love it, it's the fact that it has a bit too long of the handle. So sometimes I find myself that I poke, if I hold the palette on my hand, then I might poke it without wanting to do it. So this is the only downside for me. I want to use a shadow from the Violet edition to define my lid, for my lid shade. So I'm gonna use this third shadow from your left. I think I will spritz a bit the brush. I want the shadow to be a bit more vibrant. Yes, that is much better. I also want to add some shadow on my inner corner, so I will do the same trick. I will wet my brush and I'm gonna take the first shadow from the Violet edition palette. Now for the final step, I'm gonna take the black, or not black, the dark grey Kohl liner from the On Top of the World, and I'm gonna line my upper lid, because I don't have a actual liquid liner. It's not that easy to draw a sharp line with this kind of pencil. Now for my favorite part, removing the tape. I don't have any other new foundation, so I'm gonna use the Match Perfection Invisible Coverage Foundation with SPF 20. It was on my top 5 foundations that I did a while ago. and is coming with a pump. I have it in the shade Ivory. I love the shade. It's really nice on me. One thing I like about this foundation that I also mentioned on that video is the fact that it is spreading on the face very easy, and I like the overall finish that it gives to my face. However, I have noticed that it's not that long lasting. For my concealer, I'm gonna use the Match Perfection Skin Tone Adapting Concealer in shade Porcelain, which is coming with this ugly brush. I have to admit that I don't like this brush. And the product itself, it's oxidizing a bit too much for my liking. Even though it wears nice. It was much lighter when I bought it because I was tan, and now it's a bit too dark for me. Actually, it's not too dark, but it has a weird undertone. I think this would have been great acting as a eyeshadow primer because it's quite sticky, and probably it would have been also a bit waterproof, so could help the shadows last longer. That's it. Next time. So now, what I said that I have a product missing from Rimmel, it's a actual setting powder. And the reason that I haven't bought a setting powder is the fact that I don't find here in my local drugstores I can say, a loose setting powder from Rimmel. They have only the pressed version, and I don't use pressed powder to set my face, my foundation. I only use it for touch-ups. So from this reason I stayed out from purchasing another pressed powder because I have only two and they are okay for me. I don't need pressed powders on my collection right now. So today I'm gonna use the trusty, the old friend, the Maybelline Masterfix setting powder, because anyway I want to finish it. Returning to our lower line, which we haven't finished, I'm gonna use the Sigma E25 and the transition shade, not the transition, the shade that I used on the crease, the fourth shade from your left. And I'm also smoking a bit the harsh line that is created by the tape. Oh no! Now I see. Oh my god! I have an infection here on my left eye. I will come closer. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. This is caused by an old mascara. And yesterday I have used 2 mascara, but I think I used only one on my lower lashes. Then mascara has to go. It's like a pimple, but it's a pimple on my waterline. And speaking about waterline, I know that I have that infection, but I have this Rimmel Scandaleyes waterproof Kohl Kajal in shade Nude. And I'm gonna use this to open up a bit the eyes. So I will line my waterline. Of course, on this eye I will skip the area where I have the pimple. Okay, there we go. I have one hair that doesn't want to cope. Okay. I have a new product by Rimmel, and this is a Brow Micro Ultra Fine Precision Pencil in the shade Soft Brown. I was spotting this brow product when I had the madness shopping on drugstore, when they had the sale 2 months ago. So this is how it swatches. But the actual soft brown shade was sold out, and I didn't want to go with darker shade. I think they also have blonde. It's a bit waxy, and from this reason I feel that doesn't have enough pigmentation. Not bad. Actually, I take that back. I love the pencil. I think it's a bit too dark for me. Probably the blonde shade would have worked better, but I like it. For my face, I'm gonna use this Rimmel and Kate face palette, which has a bronzer, blush and highlighter. Okay, the contour is a bit dusty. The blush, it's pretty. And finally, the highlighter. It's subtle, so it's exactly how I like it. I think I'm gonna use it to define a bit my brow bone. I forgot about mascara. I didn't know what is wrong with my eyes. I have a new mascara from Rimmel. Is it called Extra Super Lash Building Mascara. So it's the first time I'm opening it, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't give me length or volume. Okay, we are going to use the second coat. Not much of a difference. Actually, it's a disappointing product so far. This is the first time when I'm using a mascara from Rimmel, and it's a bit disappointing. So I hope you were able to see, but there is not much to be seen because it didn't do anything for me. Okay, the last product that we are going to use today is this long-lasting finish extreme lipstick in shade Blush Touch. So this is the shade 200. Okay, this is a bit sheer, it's creamy. And has a nice scent to it. I would say it's more fruity, but I like it because it offers me really good hydration for the lips. It's like more tinted balm, if I can say that. And of course I love the color. And I think that's it. This is the full face of makeup using only or mostly products from Rimmel London. If we can skip the point that I don't have a setting powder, all the other products were from Rimmel London. And so far my favorite products are, no doubt, the eyeshadow palettes. I also love the brow pencil. This is a new finding. I love my cream shadows. And the lipstick, it's also nice. Okay, the foundation, it's like on the fence. I like it, I like the finish, I like the shade is really nice and matching me. I don't like the fact that it's not so long lasting, so I think in a few hours my oil will pop up and it's also tending to fade on my face. And I don't like the concealer. It's not visible right now, but it will start to oxidize throughout the day. And also the face palette, it's good, just the bronzer, I find it to be a bit too powdery and not that intense, so keep in mind that if you want just a subtle bronzer, or this is mostly like a contour shade, it's matte and cool toned, it's something to be worth, so you need to build it up a bit more if you want to get more intensity. And my least favorite product is the mascara that I just used. Doesn't do anything, doesn't give you super lashes like it's claiming to, so I can skip it so far. But other than that, I'm quite pleased with my face. My overall makeup is looking pretty good. And I had really fun testing and reusing or remembering how some old products from Rimmel were acting, or how to say that they are working on my face. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And other than that, I'm looking forward to see you again on my next video. And have a blessed day ahead. Bye bye!